Alright guys, so I have a problem. I already started this recording a couple of times, but I just can't stop fucking ranting about like unnecessary details and repeating myself. It might be because I'm a little bit faded right now. But regardless, so I'm gonna tell you guys what happened the first time I got crossfaded. And being crossfaded, it's a something I enjoy, to say the least. I enjoy smoking more than I enjoy drinking. I'm very lightweight when it comes to alcohol. I take maybe like a few beers to get me where I want to be. My max beers is like fucking like six before I. Alcohol's not really my thing, And when this story took place, I had drank, a handful of times, probably enough to count on my fingers, honestly. I've done it more since then. I'm still not the biggest alcohol fan ever. I enjoy it now, but being crossfaded is something I enjoy more than being drunk by itself, definitely. And this story is about the first time that I got crossfaded. This took place in the beginning of my junior year, all right, and this took place at school. So, regardless of what I say in the story, you should already know, don't follow in any of my footsteps. Don't ever drink at school, for one thing. Don't ever fucking smoke at school. I know I can't be talking because that's something that I did on multiple occasions, but I was drinking at school for the first time. This is the first time I ever drank at school, and this is the first time that I ever, not the first time I ever smoked at school, but the first time I ever got crossfaded at school, and the first time I ever got crossfaded in general. So, on this day, I'm trying to remember if I skipped class. Actually, yeah, I definitely skipped class. I would have had to skip class. So I guess it didn't technically take place at school, but some of it did, all right? So listen up. Listen closely. On this day, it was probably like late August, early September. It was the beginning of my junior year, I would have been almost 17 at the time. And I had this new group of friends I was kind of hanging out with. I didn't really know them that well. I had just moved to this new school. It was just the start of the school year. I had just gotten there. I started late August, so it probably would have been early September that this happened. But I was, we were on lunch, and I would go with these kids to lunch every day. Many of these people that are in the story time, who I don't actually really remember who was there on this day specifically, because I believe like almost everyone was there that would typically come to this spot with me back in the day, So we were up at the spot, and it was lunchtime. We would fucking hit up lunch, grab a fucking beef blasters or like a burrito or some fucking chimichangas or some other bullshit, whatever other bullshit they had at the fucking lunch line. It was half and half. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we wouldn't. I don't think I got any food on this day, so I was just on an empty stomach going up to the spot. Proceeded to, get a little bit seshy, you may say. Rotation kind of fucking thing. Everyone was sharing the pens. Everyone was fucking geeked. Everyone, was just having a good time. And then maybe halfway through lunch, this group of girls come up, and I can't exactly remember who it was, because I know that it was people that I still know today. Like, these girls, I can't remember who it was that brought this alcohol on this day, but it's somebody that I've seen multiple times since then. I just can't exactly remember who. Anyway, we're fucking, vaping THC oils. We're fucking vaping nicotine. We're partaking in a whole lot of fucking vaping. Geeked as fuck, high as fuck. And here come these fucking shorties with the alcohol. And it's like, oh my gosh. Well, I'll take my chances. They start passing the fucking bottle around. And at first I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, I don't really drink like that. And I can't remember if it was me or someone told me to, but I fucking, I take this bottle. It was like, I don't know I think it was like tequila in a fucking Contigo water bottle. Fucking black water bottle that you use for fucking sports and shit. I proceed to take a large gulp of this alcohol burns the fuck out of my throat. I pass it back. I'm like trying to play it cool, but to be honest, that shit fucking burned. Anyway, we proceed on with our smoking through the last period of the day, which was right after lunch. Did not go back to class. That really wasn't an option at this point. And I proceed to stand up near the end of the day. Everyone starts to leave. Everyone starts to go their separate ways. They're about to go home. Motherfuckers are going home early because they don't even have to be in class. They're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to just go home. And I'm like, damn, I got to catch the bus. So at the end of our whole session, everyone leaves. It's just me and a couple other homies. And we just start walking our way back to the fucking school. They start kind of hauling ass because they want to make it to the bus, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta do that too. So I stand up. I exit the spot that we were at. I go through this little trail and I go out to this field. All this alcohol hits me at once. I wasn't really feeling it beforehand. I was feeling it a little bit, but then suddenly, once I like exit the spot and start walking towards like the school, it all fucking kicks in at once. And I suddenly find myself like unable to walk. And this is something I have never experienced before, being so intoxicated that I actually can't walk. I could walk, but I was like fucking stumbling. Like I literally there was no way I could be this drunk. I don't know what it was. It was probably the combination of being buzzed from like excessive fucking vaping or something, combined with the alcohol probably didn't help. I had a pretty big sip of that, and I didn't drink for maybe multiple months before that at least. And I barely ever did that before that. And I was like really fucking high, so that didn't really help either. So I stumble my way back to the school, and by the time I get there, I realize it's too fucking late. The buses they're already starting to head out. I run into one of my friends and I say, yo, do you know when the buses leave? And he's like, yo, shit, they already left. And I'm like, damn it. And he's like, you look fucked up. And I'm like, I am fucked up. I walk in and I approach one of the only people I knew at the school at that time. It was the school rapper. The fucking school rapper was he was one of the first kids I made friends with when I was at that school. He was one of the first kids I met, and he was also one of the only people I knew that had a car. And I was like, shit, I definitely can't call my mom. That'd be a fucking death sentence, so I'm not doing that. I can't really call anyone else. This is the only guy I know with a car, so I approach him. He's with his homies, and I am fucked up. I entered through the front doors of the school, and I walked all the way to the fucking cafeteria, which was across the school. And the whole time, passing staff, trying to act normal, I was fucked up, bro. I was like trying not to stumble. I felt like a fucking skinwalker trying to, play it off as an animal. But I was just like a human, but I was not a human. I was like this crossfaded monster, just trying to make it through the fucking school halls. All these Mormon kids start walking by, like all these Mormon kids passing by me, all these teachers passing by me. I feel like I am not meant to be here. So I approach my homie in the cafeteria and I'm like, yo, I missed the bus and I need a ride home. You got me? And he's like, shit, go wait outside. I'll be there in a few minutes. And I can't remember like exactly what he said, but that was basically what he told me. This was a long time ago at this point. So I fucking, walk my ass out of the school and walk all the way back to the parking lot. I don't even make it to the parking lot, actually. I stop over by this wall, over by these football fields, and I just sit down. I go on my phone, and I'm waiting for this motherfucker, and then eventually, after maybe 5 or 10 minutes, I am tweaking the fuck out. I don't know why. And I just call him, and I'm like, yo, where you at? And he's like, hold on, bro, I'm coming. Just wait. And I felt bad. I was like, fuck, all because I wanted to get feed, and now I gotta go ask this fucking kid I barely know for a ride. And now I'm fucking rushing him, and I feel bad, But anyway, dude comes out, and, he takes me. It was me, him, and I think one other kid. Or no, it was 2 other people. It was like some girl, and then my other homie that I like became homies with like later on, like way later after this. I met him this one time, and I never actually became friends with him until we ended up going to the same school later on, a different school. But anyway, it was all four of us, and we go to fucking Taco Bell. They're like, dude, you can't go home like this. And I'm fucking driving. I'm telling him where I live, or I'm not driving. He's driving. I'm telling him where I live. We're driving around. He's like, He's like, did you smoke too much? And I'm like, yeah. And I don't even remember if I told them that I drank or not. These kids didn't really do that sort of thing, and I didn't really want to fucking give a bad impression to them, but they could already fucking tell I was fucked up. So I went to Taco Bell. This dude buys me a fucking small drink. I fill it up with some fucking... I don't even think I filled it up. This dude literally goes and gets me a Dr. Pepper and brings it to me while I'm fucking slumped over at the Taco Bell table. And I just looked like a fool, dude. I looked like a complete goofball in front of everybody, and I can't, like... It was just a bad time. So anyway, I sip on this Dr. Pepper, and I'm feeling a slight bit better after I drink this Dr. Pepper, get some fucking hydration in my system. You know, it was a hot summer day. That probably didn't contribute to my sobriety very much. Definitely made it worse a little bit. So I drink up my fucking Dr. Pepper. You know, they eat their food, and then we go and hop back in the car. I get driven home. I get dropped off at the store down the street from where I live, and I walk home, walk in the fucking door, and I'm kind of just like avoiding my mom. And then my little brothers are outside fucking playing, and she wants me to go watch them. So I'm like kind of trying to avoid eye contact, because my eyes were fucked, dude. Like, I looked at myself in the mirror after this, and I definitely knew that I was fucking cooked. My mom knew that I was fucked up. I proceed to go on the back porch, lay down on the concrete, and fall asleep. For maybe like 10 or 20 minutes before my mom comes out and wakes me up. And she's like, are you on fucking drugs? All that bullshit that, I said, no, Mom, I'm not on drugs. Wink, wink. No, I don't remember what I said, but I obviously denied it at the time. Nowadays, I probably wouldn't even deny it. Actually, no, I would. I still would deny it. But, yeah, being crossfaded, first time, really, it felt great for maybe fucking 30 minutes, and then I started trying to actually do things, and then it became a nightmare. So, first time, would not recommend. It's happened many times since then, though, and I've started to, adapt to it a little more. I've started to enjoy the crossfaded experience a tad bit more. I'd say it's maybe due to the fact that it's an acquired taste. You got to do it a few times. You got to find that balance. That balance between the weed and the alcohol, and also that balance between high tolerance with one thing and low tolerance with another. Anyway, I hope I can trim this up and make this a good video. If you guys enjoyed it, do all that bullshit. Yeah. Alright. Peace out, motherfuckers.